Hey, hi everybody. Nice to see you. Yes, and of course it's nice to be seen. Well, it's 2021. Hopefully this is going to be a good year, especially for bushcraft or any outdoor stuff that you may be thinking of doing this year. So today's going to be another short video on another review that I want to do. I want to review this jacket, which I've had for a while. You may have seen it in my last video. We'll just talk about it. So what is it? It's the Fjallraven, pronouncing it right, hopefully, Singi. So we'll give that a review and see what I think of it. There's a few things I like, a few things I don't like. We'll come back and talk about it in a sec. Okay, so this is the Fjallraven Singi jacket. It is obviously an outdoor jacket, which makes it good for the environment that I'm in today. I'll give them my reasons why. This is obviously made in Sweden, well, probably not so much now. A lot of this stuff, especially clothes wear, are made in things like Turkey, Bangladesh and places like that. So, but the quality is still there, which is probably the most important thing, considering these are not a cheap jacket. Let's get the price out of the way. I paid £200 for this, okay, and I do realise they do go for a lot more. I've got a really good deal on it. But I must say I did actually, obviously I just said I paid for it out of my own money, because obviously I'm not being sponsored, so it's not a biased review, so I can say what I like. So let's start off with the material. The material is their famous G1000, which is the same as the trousers. If you've seen the trousers review, I've had these trousers a long time, so it just proves that it's a hard wearing material. Any of you that may know anything about the Fjallraven clothes, the original founder come up with this material by using materials that was used for tents. So the old fabric tent, this is how this derived from, which is, well, it suits to me, it does the job. So that's the material. It's a G1000, okay, tried and tested in the field. It's hard wearing, it's really good. It keeps the mosquitoes out just like the trousers. Obviously the material is very similar if you're used to the trousers. Actually the colour is not too bad, even though I would have preferred it to sort of match my trousers, more of a brown and a green, but that's just preference, I guess. I would have liked to have seen that, and maybe there is out there. Again, if you've seen that colour, the browny black combination, just leave a comment, and I'd be interested to see that one. But I've seen them in red, I've seen them in blue, but I've never seen them in the brown and the black like the trousers. So this is like a double layer on the shoulders. Obviously it's got the badge on the side, so it's double layered there, single layered. The hood is a single layer. Actually the hood feels like it's the thinnest part of the material. Talking of the hood, we've got this fake fur surround. Okay, and there's a little bit about this which I didn't like, which I'll tell you at the end what I didn't like about it. But this is designed for obviously keeping the snow out your face if it's whirling snow, because obviously this is obviously being designed in Sweden. It's probably designed to be outdoors, maybe cross-country skiing, snowboarding or anything like that. So on the arms here we've got this, just a simple Velcro cuff, which works quite well. And to the side we got zips either side. This actually helps to get it on and off, believe it or not. If you put these down and take it off, it's quite tight, but if you release these, you just get a little bit more room for getting it off, and if you get hot you can just undo these. So that's either side. The zips are YKK, which is very important, and you get this little leather tag there which helps you sort of, if you've got gloves on, you can just grab that, again, pull up and pull them down. To the side, okay, we've got a couple of pockets. This pocket here goes right through. It's really good if you want to put your gloves in there, or just keep your hands in there, keep them warm, which work out quite well. I normally keep my gloves in there. So that goes right through, and inside the pocket you've also got this mesh piece here, which you could probably put your keys in there. There isn't a lot of room in there. You wouldn't be able to fit a phone unless you've got a really small phone, but that's probably designed for keys or whatever, maybe a little bit of money. Okay, so we do that up. And what's really good about these jackets, because these are an anorak jacket, we've got a huge mat pocket there. So you can get your ordnance survey in there, or map on there, or anything else you might want in there. So if you are a cross-country skier or doing things like mountain hiking, you can put your compass, you can put your map in there. It fits quite well. That's really spacious in there. So when you think about it, not only have you got a double layer on your shoulders, because you've got the pockets here, you've also got a double layer there. In fact, you've got a triple layer, because you've got the pocket there, so it's 3 layers of material. So if you've got a head-on wind, it's not going to penetrate this. Right, so we've got the zip here. Okay, I've got a hoodie on, so it might be a little bit awkward, so let's tuck that in. So this zip here will go up right to the top. Okay, and that sort of pretty much pulls that in there, as you can see. Right, okay, I've taken the jacket off, so it's a lot easier to show you the parts that obviously you can't normally see. So on the hood here, you've got an adjuster which pulls the hood in quite nicely, because it's quite a spacious hood, and you can pull that in to suit. You've also got the Velcro on there, so if you want to pull that back again, you pull the material back, which works out quite well. We've got the 2 side adjusters there for the bringing it round there, which is quite handy. It's quite a nice little design there with the leather thing. So you've got a hanger for the back, which is quite handy if you get it wet, or you've got snow on it, or you just want to hang it up. Okay, coming around the back there. Not a lot to say really. Right, to this side zip, just so you can see it a bit more. You've got the zip there, so if you get hot, you can pull it down. Okay, get some ventilation in there. But like I said earlier on, if you want to take it off a lot easier, it's easier to pull the zip up. That brings it up to the top there, which just gives you a little bit more room. Size wise, I've actually picked a small. I'm about 5'9", about 12 stone, so as you can see I'm not a huge guy. I did try a medium on, but I found it a little bit too roomy for me. I do realise that if you're living in a cold country and you want to put more underlayers on, that's probably a better size to go for. I'm in the UK, it can get cold and it is cold today, but I don't got to worry about it too much. But I'll show you again in a minute how much room I've actually got in there. Again, this is a small, depends what size guy you are, I guess. So on the inside, you've got like a little hooky there that you can hook them through. I don't really know why that's there, I'll be honest with you. And then you've got your conventional hook there. You've got the famous label with the little red fox. You've got the little badge down there, Sweden badge. Just looking around the jacket, I think that pretty much covers all the little bits. Right, okay, this is, I'll put it back on, and then actually, no, one more thing. Right, the hood, forgot about this, the hood is actually attached, so you can take this furry bit off, not the hood, it's the furry bit. The furry bit you can take off, it's got a button there, and they're buttoned all the way down there, as you can see. This button there, if I pull that out, you can take, like I say, take that off if you don't want that, and that just pops back in there. Like so, if you've got gloves on, it's actually quite fiddly, so that goes in there like so. So you don't have to have the fur on there at all. So if it's raining, then you can actually take that off and it's not going to get too wet. Okay, I'm going to pop it back on, and then I'll talk about the waterproofing and then the things I didn't like. Okay, so let's talk about the waterproofing. These are water resistance jackets. They're not Gore-Tex. So if you're going to go out in the rain, it is impregnated from new with a water repellent, and it works really well. I've worn this in really sort of severe rain. It does start to go through after a while, but you can actually see the water repellent coming off it. So what they normally do is to waterproof this type of jacket. You normally use what they call a Greenland sort of wax, and that is basically beeswax and paraffin. They mix it together, and you can buy it in a block. If you've seen the trouser video, if you haven't, you can refer back to that and I'll show you the little block. And then what you normally do is, depending how waterproof you want it, as to how much of that you put on. If you would like me to show you how to do the waterproofing, leave a comment down below and I will make a video and we can chat about it. But basically, as new, they come impregnated, but obviously as you wash them over time, because they do get dirty. Mine's dirty. I've used it as a working jacket, so because that's obviously why I bought it, as a working jacket, as an outdoor jacket. I've got a similar one to this. It's in a Ventile. It's getting quite old now, so it's starting to sort of fall a bit. Time to renew, that's why I've got this one. Right, let's talk about what I didn't like about the jacket, okay? And okay, it's more of an anorak, not a jacket. So what I didn't like is I thought, for me, the sleeves were too long, and these are a small, and I can understand if it's cold you might want longer sleeves as opposed to shorter sleeves. I find that when I'm working I have to roll them back, because what normally happens is that these areas around here, when you're working, they get really dirty, even with gloves on. Unless you can get it in the glove, these get really grubby and dirty. So what I normally do is I just fold them back a couple of times, and then that sort of gets it out of the way. I suppose it's better to have it longer than it is shorter. So you just fold that back like that and that works. That's one thing I didn't like about it. It was probably a bit too long, but you know, we can live with that. Right, the other thing I didn't like was the hood. Right, the hood, well, the hood itself is fine. Okay, when you put, it's the furry bit. I would have preferred them, instead of using buttons, they would have used poppers, because the poppers probably would have held on. Because what I find is that when you're working or when you're moving around and you're pulling this up, sometimes the buttons come undone, and what you'll find is that comes away. And then you'll find that you're holding the fur there and the hood's still up. That does wind me up a little bit. Again, I think it would have been better with a high quality popper on there. No problem. It would have been easier to get off. It would have probably been easier to get on. I don't like that. But again, it's not a deal breaker. I can live with it, but it just annoys me a little bit. Okay, so there's two things I don't like about the jacket. As a general rule, that's it. The rest of the jacket is, I think, it's fine. Again, you know, there's plenty of room in here. I can move around. I'm not restricted in any way. Like I said, this is a small jacket. Most people should have said I should have gone for a medium, but a medium was too large. I don't like my jackets too baggy, and there's still room. I still got 3 layers of clothing on here. I could probably still get a light jacket underneath it. Okay, so I've got plenty of room. And that's pretty well. So it's a good fit. Like I said, it's green. It's good. The thing about green is that it blends into your environment. Over time we'll see how it gets on, but if it's as good as the trousers, they just seem to last forever. I've had these trousers quite a while now. I don't know when I got them, but easily a couple of years now, and they've just been good every time I've put them on. So that's it really. That's my review of this Fjallraven G1000 material jacket. What more can I say? If you want to get one, look them up online. If you like the video, thumbs up, leave some comments. See, I'd love to know your thoughts on the jacket. They do other jackets. So, there's plenty of other Fjallraven products and Fjallraven jackets, but this, I wanted a light jacket and it works for me. With that said, I'm going to get out of here because I've got things to do. Have a good year and adios amigos.